Hello friends, it is Link the Gulf Coast Gardener. Today is Wednesday, November the 19th. We're back in the garden and it is time to direct seed those native plants. I made an entire video series on direct seeding native plants that started in November of last year. And I had the most amazing display of flowers all throughout 2025. The prairie verbena started blooming in March and they're still blooming today. So it's been a year of blooming, which is amazing. But I had an amazing display of wildflowers. I threw up some pictures up here so you can see what some of them look like. And it could not have been any easier. I direct seeded them in November. Kept them watered in. Once they got established over the winter, I basically just ignored them and let them fend for themselves. I had the most amazing hedgerow of native flowers. It was fantastic. So it's time to get those it's time to direct seed those native plants again, because here we are in mid-November again. And this year I'm going a little bit different route. Instead of planting a giant mix with 30 different varieties, I picked out 8 or 10 of my favorites, and I'm going to direct seed them in these round birdies raised beds and try to get a nice stand of various things that I really love. Now, the first thing is American basket flower. I really had never grown these before they were part of that mix last year. This is one of the most beautiful flowers that you can grow. The pollinators love them, those big black eastern carpenter bees. I have a picture of one where the bee is asleep in there. Maybe I can find that, but an absolutely gorgeous flower. If I can get a whole stand of American basket flowers in this raised bed, it will be stunning. Now over here, I'm going to plant blue mist flower, which is one of my favorite things to grow. Beautiful plant. And if you wanted to pick one flowering plant that butterflies love the most, it might be blue mist flower. They love mist flowers. So looking forward to getting some of that established. Mexican hat, classic Texas wildflower, as well as clasping coneflower. You see those growing all over Texas. And I grew them last year as part of the mix. They were so pretty, I wanted to grow a bunch more. Now in the next bed, I'm going to grow green milkweed as well as antelope horns. I struggle to get native milkweeds to grow. The tropical milkweed does really well down here, but there are some issues with butterflies consuming the tropical milkweed, so I'm going to avoid that going forward. I'm going to try to get some native established. I've read that green milkweed is widely prevalent across South Texas, so I'm hoping that this green milkweed will have the right conditions to get established here in this raised bed. Now, I've seen antelope horns growing out in kind of central Texas in the Bandera area, for example. It is a stunning milkweed. So I may not have the right conditions here in Galveston Zone 9B, but I'm going to direct seed them anyway, see if I can get some started. Now, if I'm lucky enough to get a whole bed full of native milkweeds, it's easy to thin them out. I can transplant them, give them to neighbors, move them to other places. So the idea is I'm going to get a whole stand of these native plants, and then I'll thin them out to the point where they look good, and then hopefully we'll have some gorgeous flowers. Now in the next bed, I'm growing green thread, a beautiful little native plant. Love those little yellow flowers. They were part of that mix that I grew last year called Be Happy Mix from Native American Seeds, and it was one of my favorites. And in the middle, this is bergamot. This is a monarda. This is Monarda fistulosa, the native wild monarda, wild bergamot they call it. Absolutely beautiful flowers. Nothing really like monarda flowers. They come in all different colors. So you can find one that you love. I grew lemon mint last year. It knocked my socks off. Lemon mint, Monarda citriodora, fantastic Monarda. So excited about seeing what this bergamot looks like. And next to that is cardinal flower. Hummingbirds love cardinal flower. It's even featured on the seed packet. So I'm hoping to get some beautiful cardinal flowers established to provide some nectar for the hummingbirds, which we get quite a few around here. Now this last bed, I'm going to put something called standing cypress in here. I had never heard of this plant at all. I didn't know it even existed, but it was part of the mix that I planted last year, and it's so pretty. So I picked up a whole seed packet. I'm going to direct seed a bunch of them and try to get a nice little stand of these guys. And next to that is white rosinweed. So I'm hoping that the white rosinweed and the standing cypress will make an excellent companion in this raised bed. So it is time to direct seed flowers. It's a great and a very easy way to establish a whole bunch of native plants for not a lot of money. I mean, I probably invested, I don't know, $20 into these seed packets, maybe a little more, I'm not sure. But I got the seed from Native American Seed. Look them up at seedsource.com, order a catalog. The catalog alone is gorgeous and inspiring. You will absolutely love it. You get some fantastic ideas. They're based in Texas, but they provide native seeds for the entire North America. So you can find something that is suited to your region and give it a try this year. It's November. Direct seed some native plants, get them watered in, get them established over the winter, and you will be surprised how many flowers you have starting in the spring. Well, as always, thank you so much for watching and have a fantastic day.